Now, that other x86 company hasn't been asleep at the wheel either and recently outlined their processor roadmap at a financial analyst day. AMD is moving forward with Zen 4 and Zen 5 from the data center server to the notebook, promising more performance and efficiency at every step. Plus, AMD is getting into chiplets and their next generation GPUs, and their Xilinx acquisition is paying off with an AI engine in the Ryzen processors. Are things going as well as they look for AMD?
Absolutely. And this is a really interesting story because you've got two companies now. Intel is finally getting back in gear, but AMD never got out of gear. AMD has been doing a great job here in terms of their chip development. One of the things that Intel has long had over AMD, though, is accelerators, essentially things that aren't x86 CPU cores. So even though AMD had more and maybe even better x86 cores than Intel did, Intel had all sorts of special accelerated instructions in the CPUs and also off-board accelerators for storage and network processing and AI and all sorts of other things. Well, one of the things that AMD got from their Xilinx acquisition was access to IPU, DPU, AI accelerators, FPGAs, all that kind of stuff that Intel has had for a while. And they're starting to really put that into the Zen architecture. So we can look forward to that. AMD is also doing another thing that Intel has been doing, which is chiplets. So we talked previously about the fact that Intel is going to be implementing core by core chiplets in the future x86 processor. AMD has kind of done that already with Ryzen, and now we're going to start seeing that on the GPU side as well. AMD has long had monolithic GPUs, where it's basically a single die, a single chip that goes into their Instinct or Radeon GPUs. Well, now we're going to start having chiplets in there. We're going to start seeing other things like the Xilinx AI engine maybe on that side as well. And of course, AMD is giving us a great roadmap here for Zen 4, which is coming real soon now at 5 nanometers, including a Vcache version of that, which is their extended cache technology, along with Zen 5 on the horizon at 4 or 3 nanometers, depending on when TSMC can give them some fab time. Now, that last bit, I think, is the important takeaway, though. Even though AMD is really rocketing forward here with their development, all of it is dependent on TSMC and other global foundries and others being able to make these chips. And right now, that's kind of a sore spot since we could see a future where AMD might not be able to deliver these things on time simply because the fabs can't do it for them. Whether that means that AMD starts outsourcing things maybe to Samsung, gosh, maybe even to Intel, that would be a real interesting future to see. But that being said, AMD is doing a real good job, and they are really attacking Intel everywhere from the server to the cloud to the desktop.